Ladies and gentlemen, how are you doing? Welcome to Kate O Show. So, I hope you are seeing me from here. What happened? Chira, can you come and help me turn it on? Chibonda, the TV went off. Can you come and help me, please? Chiboy, the TV went off. Can you come and help me? Come now, come quick, I'm live. Oh, the TV turned off. I don't know. Please. Hello guys, please hold on. I'll be playing my music. Whoa. The TV went off. Is it because I didn't touch it? Is that why the TV went off? When the storm is done, the sun will shine. Through adversity, through the pain, I build character and strength from the strain. I only make it harder when I go against the grain. I'm learning how to flow with the universal plane. How much will I gain if I stop allowing ego to control me? Will I fly like an eagle? Yes, I will not be consumed by what appears to make me feel like I'm doomed. I'm something like the moon, illuminating darkness. Share philosophy like Arabia's Marcus. I will paint a picture. Hope you will admire me. The levels that you reach each day become higher. Fulfilling your desires will sustain happiness. So even when it rains, you remain feeling blessed. Optimism, look on the bright side. Everything will turn out just right. Through the flames of the pain, you will evolve. Look on the bright side. Everything will turn out just right. Hello guys, that's Lil Byron Smith. At the background, this is Kate O Show. Optimism, it's a great word. When you feel it, then you'll know you'll have what you deserve. At the right time, it will become clear. When the student's ready, the teacher will appear. It will continue to happen until you learn your lesson. And when you learn your lesson, you will receive your blessing. My perception, my perspective is fine-tuned, so now I'm more selective in what I choose to think and how I choose to feel. If I'm unsure, then I'm quiet and still. I hope it's okay like this, guys. I chill, so I can sort through what is false and what is real. No self-imposed anxiety. I think different than the rest of society. I talk about solutions, not problems. Right, yes, so the universe solves them. Optimism, look on the right side. Everything will turn out just right. Through the flames of the pain, you will evolve. Optimism, look on the right side. Everything will turn out just right. Although it rains, the sun will shine, and you'll have it all. Optimism. I will apply this to my life, and when I do, I can't deny this feeling of certainty. Everything is going to work out certainly, as long as I remember what it told me. The power of now by Eckhart Tolle, not the future nor the past. It's the improvements. Cumbersome thoughts are a nuisance, so I turn off the mainstream news. Negative programming I refuse. No more depraved music will I listen that may bring negative into fruition. Let me see. Let me try this way. It will be brighter like this, guys. Because I'm not really happy with the brightness. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Is it brighter now? Oh, it's not. I think it's brighter, really. Hold on, guys. Let me take it up. Guys, this is the cameraman's job. That's what Kate is doing now. Kate is doing the cameraman's job today. This is not my job. So bear with me, guys. Yes. Let me know if it's okay for us to start. I think it's blurry on my side. You tell me if it's okay for us to start now. So I'm going to show you something on the screen. There's a reason for putting this on the screen. You can see, guys, yeah? You can see, what did you see here? 3.1k views, right? Here, 2.6k views. And here's what? 2k views. I must tell you, all these are gone now. All right? YouTube have a program now. If you don't meet 4,000 hours of view within a certain time, it will be wiped off. Then you start all over again. So now I'm running the channel as if I'm just starting at first, really. Though I have 26k views, but those views were not within the period. You see what I mean? So I didn't meet up with the new policies or whatever they did on YouTube. So now, please watch the video to the end, okay? And if you find it interesting, don't forget to like and share and leave your comment underneath this video. So great, fantastic. We've been on a journey which took us 9 weeks, and today's the 10th week. Praise God for that. We are here now, getting to the end. And just in case you don't know where we have been on this journey, it's a journey from a fantastic book called Triumph in the Midst of Adversity, where I shared my life struggles and the 8 key strategies to handle my adversity that led to ultimate triumph. And you might be watching me today going through one challenging situation or the other. And I believe that if you stay to the end of this video, you will not regret being here, because you're going to learn skills and life experiences that's going to help you in your journey as well. Okay? So continue watching, and that's my channel right behind me. So please subscribe and hit the like button and share. Chapter 10. Before I come to chapter 10, let me just tell you something about life generally, okay? Because sometimes you might be that person that you are actually waiting on to motivate you or to inspire you or to hold your hand to your next level that might be the one pushing you down. So you must be aware of this, okay? That is why you must be prepared yourself. That's why you must work on yourself, on your inner mind, okay? On your person. You need to work on who you are to identify who you truly are, so you can help yourself to get to where you want to be. It's good to rely on people, but I must tell you, in the journey of your life, please, rely on God and rely on yourself. You can have mentors, if you have, can have mentors, but please, this is your own responsibility, okay? It's your responsibility, is your life here we're talking about. You cannot run your life with blaming someone else that it's because of that person, that is why you did not actualize your dream or you did not actualize your goal in your entire life. So you get to a place in your time, in a stage in your life, that you have to make that decision, all right? So before we get to chapter 10, I just want to tell you that last week was chapter 9, so you can watch it. And you might be asking me, what was last week's title? It was helping others in every little way in challenging times. But on the chapter title on the YouTube will be helping others in challenging times, okay? And chapter 8 was so amazing as well. Chapter 8 was recognizing opportunity in adversity. That is interesting. And the summary also I spoke about. Let me just tell you the summary of chapter 8, just in case you don't know what you missed. As humans, we are prone to facing difficulties at certain stages in our life. But it is also paramount we recognize the opportunity it brings. Have you got a slap on your face? Are you not thinking, what next? Instead of just crying, okay, about that slap. Because if you know what to do, that slap might be something that will turn around for something good. If you don't understand what this means, you need to grab the copy of this book from Amazon. Okay? It's in Kindle back and it's on paperback and it's on audio on my website. So there's nothing much to spend. It's
priceless. It's price. What is here is priceless, and you're paying a token to get your copy. If you can't buy the paperback, ensure you get the e-version, please, so you can actually prepare your mind. Because if you not graduate from the school of adversity, if you don't know how to graduate, even though if you get to school of success, I must tell you, when challenging comes in your school of success, you might not have the strategy and the tools to handle it, and that make a lot of people to crumble. All right, trust me on this. And also went and said, hence I redefine adversity, because the pain and struggle many go through in adverse situations have denied them the opportunity it brings. Therefore, adversity, this is my definition of adversity now. Adversity is the process we have to undergo to be strengthened, to make a better version of ourselves, and prepare us for our next level of success, to live a fulfilled life. I have redefined adversity, guys. I have redefined adversity. And why did I redefine adversity? I redefined adversity because I realized there is a key factor in adversity that was missing in the Oxford Dictionary of Adversity. Seriously. Because in the Oxford Dictionary of Adversity, it was all about the pain, about the ill-luck, about the struggle. And I went, what? If this is what adversity is all about, now I understand why many are crumbling. I need to redefine this for people. I have to put light in it. This is not true. The Oxford Dictionary of Adversity, no, it's not good enough. Because when you follow that dictionary of definition, now you can understand why many are crumbling. So I said, since the key factor is missing, I need to redefine adversity. Really? Yes, K did. I redefined adversity. And I hope that this redefinition of adversity will get into the Oxford Dictionary. They need to amend it. It has to be amended. Yes, I'm saying that now. You can indeed turn your adversity to triumph. All that is required is for you to believe in yourself and God. Learn from your difficulties. Most importantly, know that you can turn your adversity to triumph. So there is no reason for you to crumble in your trouble. There is no reason for you to crumble in your trouble. Do you hear that? Yes, that is what life is. Even those you think they should support you, sometimes they'll be the one to kick you down. So why must you not learn how to triumph in the midst of adversity? Then the chapter 10 is what we're going to be dealing on today, guys. If you want us to continue that you are ready, let me know you're ready. Tell me you're ready. Let me hit you with some real Lou Baron Smith motivational track. Okay? Let's get the energy going. Get the vibe going.
Walk of life you're in. Number one, you have to own your own happiness.
Yes,
Turn
sir.
away from other people demanding that they make you happy.
Hold on, guys.
I am happy from within.
Yes.
I am happy, that's why I grin. I am happy, so I smile. Happiness, that's my style. I evolve, I grow. These lessons, they show me the way to higher self. Happiness, that's true wealth. Joy, excitement, pleasure. My life is my treasure.
No,
It's a gift, so I will accept it. My happy thoughts are the ones I've selected. If any negative should display, I redirect my thoughts right away. These obstacles are just lessons. On the other side of them are my blessings. I choose happiness.
What do you choose, guys?
When I awake,
I choose happiness.
in any given situation,
I choose happiness.
no matter what may occur,
I choose happiness.
I still choose
Happiness, yes. Lil Baron Smith, God bless you.
Guess what? I'm not afraid to show it.
No.
Situations in life get me down. I turn my frown upside down. Inspiration is what I need.
Wow.
Continuous faces indeed.
You
I
hear
see the
that?
things that
Inspiration is what you need, okay? So now I'm going to give you what you need, which is what? Inspiration. Fantastic. So now we're in chapter 10 and the title of chapter 10 is Becoming an Inspiration to Many. An author, international public speaker, motivational speaker, life coach, a strategic consultant, and a leader by example. That is what my adversity have brought me to. So what have you done with your life struggles? What has your life challenges? What have your life challenges brought you to? Has it led you to something positive or to something negative? It doesn't matter what He has led you to. Today is an opportunity for you to make a turn around, okay? You can change things around today, all right? We can. We can turn things around for good. So I'm going to read a piece from this book, or some book, as I call it, because indeed it's a manual of life, as some of you have told me. Okay, good. Remember that challenges are not there to kill you or destroy you. So there is no need to crumble in adversity. Do not be mean to others. Do not be bitter or angry towards yourself or others, because if you have a better understanding of what adversity truly is, you will realize that adversity is a tenant while you are the property owner. Do you understand? You are the landlord, guys. Adversity is just a visitor. It will go. You are in charge of your life. If you are watching me today, say this to yourself. I am in charge of my life. Say it. Be confident about this. I'm going to wait for you. Say it. I am in charge of my life. In fact, type it underneath this video. Say, I am in charge of my life. If you believe it and you mean it, and you want this to become a reality in your life, say it. Write it down underneath this video now. Write it on the comment section. Say, I am in charge of my life. All right? And hit the like button if you believe me that you're in charge of your life, and share. All right? And if you have not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe and put on your notifications so you don't miss out. All right? Thank you. Great. So, where are we now? When challenges come your way with the right attitude and strategy, which I have discussed rather in the previous chapter, you will indeed triumph. If only we as humans can be caring enough to stand by each other in difficult times, that will go a long way. Hence, I reckon we should be mindful of those we surround ourselves with, as that was one of the major aspects of I suffered from in my adversity. Let me read this again. I reckon we should be mindful of those we surround ourselves with, as that was one of the major aspects I suffered from in my adversity. For someone who is caring like myself, we don't really want anything back. We don't expect anything back. But in my adversity, thanks for watching, JJ and C family. Guys, check this lady out on YouTube. She's fantastic. She's doing some amazing job. In fact, listen to her Q&A yesterday. It blew my mind. That girl, she's hot. You need to watch her. I'm telling you. After I listened to her Q&A, I got to a stage. I was like, what? Princess, you've gone nuclear, man. Okay, great. She's gone nuclear, girl. So, guys, let's go ahead. So, hold on. So when challenges come your way with the right attitude and strategy, which I've discussed in the previous chapter, you will indeed triumph. If only we as humans can be caring enough to stand by each other in difficult times, that will go a long way. Hence, I reckon we should be mindful of those we surround ourselves with, as that was one of the major aspects I suffered from in my adversity. Hold on, guys. I didn't even give a shout. I'm going live, honestly. And this is not very good. Everyone is going to miss it. And I changed the time as well, because my girl was all over me. So hold on, guys. Let me just give a shout out to a few of my folks. Oh my goodness. Anyway, I can't log in here now. Let's go ahead, guys. I'm so used to my phone now. I'm so crazy with my phone. I'm so used to my phone, the laptop, to move around. So, guys, let's continue. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button if you like what I'm doing. I'm just taking you through a fantastic experience and share with you what can help you in your life journey so that you become always successful and overcome your life struggles. There's no need to crumble, okay? So, as I said, hence I reckon we should be mindful of those we surround ourselves with that, as that was one of the major aspects I suffered from in my adversity. The good thing was that the grace of God was with me, even when it seemed as though God was far from me because of the situation I found myself. However, we often forget this bitter truth, and I had to share it as I could to help encourage others. See code below. There was never a time God promise you will not go through difficulties. But it now depends on how you handle it, Katie Rebu. This is true, guys. Because even as Christians, sometimes when we go through a challenge, you begin to question God, begin to think, what is even wrong with me? Or somebody is going through a challenge, you'll be wondering, what is wrong with this person? But do you know what? God does not give fight to small soldiers. Big fights are given to big soldiers. So if you are going through big challenges, you have to actually know that you have a big fight and you have a great destiny. But it all depends on the. Thanks for watching and thanks for the comment. Thank you very much. Hello, host and everyone. Thank you, darling. That's JJ and C family. Please follow her on Instagram, on YouTube, subscribe to our channel, and please hit the like button. And I said go and watch Akia for yesterday. That girl blew my mind. This girl is hot. My God, when I listen to her, I say, "Whoo, she need to do a lecture on this." You know what you have to do lecture on? Go and watch it. You will be shocked. Anyway, so in marital crisis, I chose to share vital tips on marriage on my YouTube channel, Keto Show, Keto Regbu Talk Show, that is now Keto Show, right? Because when you are going through a difficult time, why you must not be overwhelmed, why you must not be feeling sorry, why you must not be feeling sorry for yourself, is this. Know that you are not the only one going through it. Okay, there are other people out there, and how you handle your challenging situation is it going to make other people feel better, help them, or they might even crumble too. Because when I was going through my own challenging situation, I had to share it, and help others too, because I know it's not just me. I might be handling mine well, but some people, marital crisis has actually led them to a bad place as well. All right, and they might not even know what to do. This fantastic real talk will resonate something within. I have chosen to empower people with my challenges to ensure people do not suffer from what I have suffered. That is me. However, it takes wisdom and the grace of God to take this position, and indeed it does. After I experienced betrayal from a neighbor while I was living in Woolwich in London, who was a close friend that I knew for over 20 years back in Nigeria. Do you hear me? Because for some of you out there, you'll be thinking, I knew this person so well. They can't hurt me. They can't do anything bad. If nobody is doing anything bad around you, thank God. But I must tell you, if you are not in your comfort zone, if you are that kind of person that is determined to succeed, right? To be determined to move to your next level all the time, and you have people that are around you that are settling for, in their comfort zone and settling for less, you will attract hatred. You see, if you are not around the right people, that is how jealousy is kicking. Jealousy will just start kicking in. People will be like, what is it with her? Is it only her? Is it only her that is having all the good stuff? I have a friend who had the same issue with her sibling. They felt she's the only one the good stuff are happening for. You see what I mean? But they don't understand that these things take hard work, and everybody's destiny is not the same as well. Some people started flying so high when they were 20 years old, and when they were 40, they slowed down. Everybody is not the same. Some people, like for myself, when I started my career, everything was going so high, and I had a slow moment when I started going through my adversity with my twin daughters and all that. Now I kick up again. So that's how life is. So don't be envious of someone. I must share this with you. A friend sent me a video this morning, and when I listened to that video, yesterday I listened to it. When you listen to certain things, you were like, what does it mean? Let me tell you briefly if you're not in a hurry. Listen. This flight attendant saw a snake on the flight, and he spoke to the pilot about the snake. And what the flight attendant expected the pilot to do was to land, right? And he told the pilot smiled and looked at her and continued and flew higher. The air hostess went, which is the flight attendant, went back to the captain and said, did you hear what I said to you? I said to you that there's a snake in the cabin. He smiled again and went a little more, a little higher again. This girl came and started calming passengers down to, doing her job, but she was so upset with this captain. What's wrong with this? Like in her mind, be like, what is wrong with this captain, this pilot? Can you not hear what I'm telling you? We have to land. That was our own, expectation to solve the problem. Are you there praying about the situation in your life? Are you actually figuring it out yourself, how God is going to answer you? Because that is what happens sometimes in life, even to Christians. We pray about something, but we'll not allow God to do it the way we want to do it. And when God is doing it, we'll be complaining because this is problem. Because sometimes when God wants to solve a problem for you, it might come like a problem first. But God knows the end from the beginning. That is why I love this God so much, and I cannot for 1 second, deviate or depart from God. God is not a man. His ways are different. So we must know that as Christians, that when God wants to solve a problem, you don't need to help him. He know what he's going to do. All right. So let's continue with this story. So this captain started going up, 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 and he got to an altitude, you know, and they realized that when they landed, the air hostess went to see that the snake was dead. He was not alive. And the pilot said to her that, do you know that when snake get to certain altitude, they cannot survive it? That was why he was going up higher and higher to suffocate the snake, and he died. And the snake died. And the air hostess was shocked. So what I'm declaring to you today is this. No matter what is pursuing you, no matter the challenges you are going through, continue to fly high. Okay? Continue to fly high, because you fly to a place where the enemy's hand cannot even touch you anymore. They will not even be able to reach you. They will be sighting you from far, and they will be the ones celebrating your success. That is what life is. Don't crumble. Don't feel sorry for yourself. Don't say, oh, it's too much. I can't deal with this. My dear, you need to be strong. I must tell you this. You must be strong. And if you need help, I'm here. Give me a shout out. It's info@triumphinthemidstofadversity.com. That's my email. So that we can chat and help you out. If it's 1 hour consultation, I can have with you for free. Because in life, you need to know this. Because if I didn't have this, I must tell you, I will not be standing here today. I will not be standing here today, because in my adversity, those that I love most, those that I was looking forward to supporting me, or those that I care for the most, they are the ones that were hitting my head down. When I try to get up one side, they will hit me down on left, they'll hit me on the right, they'll hit me left, center, but I am here standing, telling you that it is possible. If I can stand here firm, telling you that it is possible for you to triumph over your adversity, or in your adversity, you know that indeed you can. Okay? No one can tell your story better than yourself. So you must know the use of your voice. Okay, fantastic. So leave underneath this video. If the snake story, if it resonates with you, if you learn something from it, just leave a comment and say, listen, oh, I can get it. Because when the story was starting, when I listened to the video, I didn't get it until the guy got towards the end and said, wow, this is awesome. You see, this is awesome. So don't run away. Continue to watch, because you will see something that will blow your mind at the end of this video. Now, after my experience of betrayal from a neighbor while I was living in Woolwich in London, who was a close friend and that I knew for over 20 years back in Nigeria, at some point, I thought about the pain her actions caused me. I said to myself that some other people out there might not be able to handle the pressure I went through and overcame. I realized that though I had a situation at hand, which was not having any form of support with my daughter despite her complex needs. However, I believe the woman whom I called a friend and relied on as the Greenwich Council had informed me that there was no support of any kind available to help me with my daughter, and they made my situation worse. After my experience, speaking to people made me realize it is a common activity amongst us Africans, intentionally taking actions to pull fellow Africans down out of jealousy and wickedness. I had to address this issue on my show on the topic why love is disappearing amongst us, especially we Africans. See link below to watch this video. So it's on my YouTube channel. You can watch it anytime, okay? In dealing with a false accusation, I invited a guest on my show to address the issue of friendship with the opposite sex in marriage. As I realized I was not the only one who had experienced such false accusation, as other women shared their experiences with me, but were not able to discuss it publicly. Listen to me, you might be here watching today, and you are a woman or a man who have been accused of, dating someone that you don't even have, any interest for or any kind of emotion attached to. And it might be worrying you. The woman said to me her own situation was that there's this guy that was coming to help her because her husband was not living in the country, and this woman said that people were accusing her that she's dating this man. But the good thing is that the wife of this man, rather, of the guy that they were accusing this my friend that she was dating, the wife is a woman who have confidence in herself, and she know her husband so well, and she understand that you can be helpful to to a female, you can be friends to a female without anything intimate. He's not seeing them in a situation that he can suspect. So she didn't mind them. He just told my friend, say, don't mind them, that they are just busybody. But there are some women that they don't have that kind of courage. They don't want to see any man, around their husband. And if you are that kind of man, then don't go close to any woman as well. You need to respect what your wife likes, okay? Because accusing people falsely is not a good thing. It can be, can really be a very bad feeling for people, bring bad feeling for people. And I went through that, and I felt, you know what, I have to do, invite a guest to discuss this, because this woman is talking about the same thing, that for her, she's more comfortable relating to men rather than women. Thank you, my dear. So for you out there, for me, I grew up as a kid playing with both boys and girls. We play football, we go to a river to fetch water together. We stay in our mother's shop. If there's no food for them, my mother will bring food for them. We give them food. We help them. We take care of them as well. We just saw them as brothers. There was nothing attached. We never saw anything wrong with the opposite sex being close. My mother never taught me don't play with boys. The only thing you taught is boundaries, which I've learned from childhood. So for some people, they don't know boundaries. If you don't have boundaries, then you might not be able to cope with the relationship from opposite sex. And I also almost tell you that my friends and my colleagues that are male, they are more respectful than even female. They respect your time. They respect you even the more. And in business, really, the kind of business I'm doing, most of the guys is mainly guys that are really, pushing. Sometimes women, because of family, they cannot really cope, with family and the business together, and they are not really moving at the pace that they should move. But for the guys, they are moving, and those are the ones I have more, on my events, invite them to speak at our events. So I don't see anything wrong with it, but there are some people who came up one day with a story that they felt I'm dating their husband. And to be honest with you, even if I was single and I needed a partner, their husband is even not going to be number 1 to 1 million. Their husband will not be a choice for me, because there's nothing I fancy about their husband, to be honest. And that thing really made it pain me so much. So the guest I had on that show was Jesme Painter. Jesme Painter, is a woman who has traveled all over the world, 100 countries. And she said she has met women and men, she has dealt with people, and she don't see anything wrong for a woman to have a friendship, relationship, platonic relationship with the opposite sex. Not intimate. I'm not even having a date with your husband. I didn't go anywhere to drink. Just phone call. You feel threatened. I don't know. But anyway, that's what it is. So, guys, right on. Thank you. Please, you guys should comment. I can only see JJ and see family active on those platform. Please share, because I didn't give a shout out because I was really busy with my daughter before I came live. You can see I even came late. When you have a child that have a need, sometimes your time is not in your hand, especially when she's not, she's home this weekend, she's home in the weekend, not school time. If it's weekly, yes, I can be more organized, but weekend like this, oh my God, I might be thinking of pushing my show to weekdays soon, So guys, so listen, however, I believe the woman who I called a friend and relied on, right, as the Greenwich Council had informed me that there was no support of any kind available to help me with my daughter, and they made my situation worse. Yeah, that's what I'm telling you, that you need to be strong. This is a council now. Anybody that see me with my child, they say, oh, okay, oh, why don't you go to the council? This is too much for you. And I said, okay. After 1, 2, and many people have told me, because I didn't even want to bother myself. They say go, and I went. And now when I went, it's not that they only did not help me, they made my situation worse for me. After my experience speaking to people made me realize that it's a common activity, as I said earlier, amongst us Africans. But why are we Africans doing that? Please leave your comments. If you are an African person watching this video, why do some African people push other Africans down? I want to know. I've got some answers before, but I want to know what you think on today's show, so I can see if, it's a different reason you are giving, or it's the same thing I've heard before. I'm really serious. I'm curious. Please leave it below this video. Thank you so much for your time. And thanks for watching, and I hope you know where the story and the topic of today is coming from. Is from this book, Triumph in the Midst of Adversity. All right. This book became bestseller in 3 categories on Amazon under 3 months of publishing. All right. It came as bestseller on Christianity. It came on bestseller on autobiography, I believe, and also Christian living. Also 3 categories. I have a screenshot of it somewhere. All right, good. So, and what else? I said, in dealing with a false accusation, I invited a guest on my show to address the issue of friendship with the opposite sex in marriage. As I realized I was not the only one who had experienced such false accusation, as other women shared their experience with me, but were not able to discuss it publicly. Hence, I took it upon myself to have it as a topic of discussion on my show, so that those women who suffer from insecurity in their marriage to be aware and to know that they can seek help. On that show, men also have something to go home with, so that there will be a balance. There will be a balance. Okay, great. So this is a quote that I really, a part I want to say to you. A true leader is someone who is willing to serve, not a boss. A true leader is a model for her followers or for his followers. He has no personal interest. A true leader is responsive, accountable, and responsible. A true leader learns from others but does not become others. Did you hear this? And most importantly, lead by example. This is who I am. Okay? Your actions or the treatment I've received will not make me to say, you know what, because these people have done this to me, then I have to generalize it and relate to everyone like that. No, I don't want to do that. I don't do that and stop being nice to people. No, I can't stop being nice to people. But what I can do is that I can change my circle, my gathering, my contacts. I can look at my contact and say, you know what, this person doesn't fit here. You know what I mean? Because according to Jim Rohn, you are the average of the 5 people that you surround yourself with. Sorry, the quality is a bit low to the port today. I didn't plan to use this phone. The other phone is not charged. The iPhone is not charged. So bear with me, guys, okay? I don't want to cancel the stream. So after observing my life, I came to the conclusion that indeed I'm a true leader. Instead of being distracted by all this, I decided to continue on the journey of impacting my world positively. True, I protect my space too. Oh, thank you, my dear. It's very important because I don't know, especially for women, we women should be supporting one another, not to put each other down, because the space is there to take everyone. It's not, you are not dragging your sport with anyone. Okay, nobody is competing with you. You are in your own race. Okay, everybody have their goals. Your success, anyone's success cannot stop you from your success. What I've learned in life is that my success can actually be motivation to make anyone else succeed. And as anybody that is succeeding, I've learned to help people to succeed, because I know that their success is not going to bring me down. Thanks, blessing, Lovina TV. Thank you. Good evening, my dear. So that is what you should know. Everybody's success cannot take from you. It doesn't pull you down. It will help you to be successful as well. Okay, so there's no need for us to put each other down. Africans, we should be together. We should support ourselves. Look at the Asians. They are supporting themselves. Thank you for watching. They are supporting themselves. In England here, almost all the property in England have been bought by the Asian. Why? Because they work together, they support each other, and they love themselves. We can do the same. It doesn't take rocket scientists, all right, to do that. I decided to continue on the journey of impacting my world positively, as I said, according to a common saying in my language, "Edori ejokwe raveva," meaning the noise of a fly does not deprive a butcher from slaughtering an animal. Did you hear this? This is powerful, because sometimes you have all these distractions and you can be deviated from your focus. Don't be distracted, guys. Don't let people's attitude deviate you from your focus. You must be in the driver's seat of your life. That is where I am now. Before now, yes, I can be, but I've become, the person that God wants me to be. So now I cannot be deviated. I'm in the comfort, I'm the driver's seat of my life. I'm the one holding the steering of my life now. I direct it to the direction that God tells me to direct it. I don't take permission from anyone. Okay? This is the life I truly desire to live. But I wouldn't have lived it if adversity did not hit me. Because what my life story is this. Challenges hit me in my comfort zone, rather, or in my own journey for my life, because sometimes you create some journey for yourself, for the fact that I wanted to do something which I asked God if it was okay 10 years ago, and I was not able to achieve it 10 years ago. Now I want to continue in that field. Do you understand? So sometimes in life, you must realize that every time in your life there are chapters. I realize that in my adversity that life is a chapter. The fact that God say yes, something you ask God, can I do this today? God say yes. Doesn't mean that next tomorrow God wants you to do it. there's timing with God as well. Okay, so that's what I learned. But what I've learned now is that my life challenges have pushed me from where I was and pushed me really hard and pushed me to where God wants me to be. Praise God. In fact, God is good. Do you hear me? So your challenges can actually push you from where you want to be to where God wants you to be. But you have to be sensitive in the spirit. You see, you have to be determined. All the strategies I shared in this book is what has helped me. Because if I didn't have this strategy, what would I be doing? What I would have been doing was to be feeling sorry for myself, to be feeling that the whole world is against me. Thank you, my darling. Hallelujah. I'll be thinking that the whole world was against me, and I will not be feeling maybe demoralized, maybe feeling depressed. Before you know it, they'll say, oh, that woman, she's on depression, or oh, she's not meant, So I didn't feel sorry for myself. That was when I spent time with myself. I'm telling you, I had to spend time with myself. I just had to love myself the more. And that's a key to Robo. And there was a key question I asked myself. If you want to hear that question, continue watching. I'll read this now and I will tell you the question that I asked myself that was a turning point in my life. And maybe you are watching today. You need to ask yourself that question. Because not until I asked myself that question, I didn't know what is it, what path to follow in my life when adversity hit me from all corners. I'm telling you, it hit me from left, right, south, north, and on top of my head. It hit me really hard. But what I did not do, I did not fall to face down. I fell, I faced up, and I stood up, even stronger. But I will tell you very soon, the question I asked, I can't wait to hear that question. Please, I will tell you soon. That question was a turnaround, okay? So Below is one of our young authors, because what I teach is what I do. I don't tell you to be nice to people and I'm not nice. Listen to this. Below is one of our young authors from the western part of Nigeria. I met at Jerry Roberts book camp as an upcoming author. Then I was not an author yet. I just went for a boot camp to learn, because anything I want to do it the best way. So I train myself. I always go out to learn, network, and see the paid one I need to follow up to learn more. That's what I did. After this, and I went to author mentoring. Even before I became a publisher, I've attended author mentoring, publishing course as well. I want to learn, this is what I do. I train myself before I do anything. To be a life coach, I have to look for the best coaching, academy in the United Kingdom, and I went to learn from the coaching academy because I just want to be the best in anything I do. Mediocrity is not of God for me. So I was inspired seeing this young girl as the author of 2 books. I immediately requested I grant her an interview to give her more exposure, took photo with her and gave her some words of encouragement. You see that? Because I was not even an author yet. I have not even started writing a book. But when I saw her, young girl who is an author of 2 books, I was really inspired. You see, I celebrated her, took picture where I had an interview with her, and gave her a word of encouragement. That is what you should do. Don't be jealous of anyone. When I celebrated her, did he take my book from me? No. He didn't take my book title from me. I still wrote my book. I'm still author of multiple books now. I've written this book, Triumph in the Midst of Adversity. I've written the best motivational book ever written. I've written How I Conquered the Severe Symptom of COVID-19, 48 hours. I've written Becoming an Author in 7 days. And I'm working on another book with business partners from America and UK to help to conquer racism. And I'm coming up with my massive, mind-blowing book on marriage soon. You see, so celebrating her did not take from me, So that is what I do. Celebrate people when you see them. It doesn't take from you. I've not forgotten the question. I'll be asking you soon. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe to my channel and put notification. If you have a YouTube channel as well, please just tell me there I'm a YouTuber. Okay, when you leave your comments, say I'm a YouTuber, and I will make sure I come to you as well, subscribe to you, and put my notification bell on so I don't miss when you go live. All right, thank you so much for your support. So, and gave her words of encouragement. As I said, down the road, writing my book, I decided to mention this as a true example of a leader. And most importantly, to promote her book, Rosie Jones, The Orphan Girl, author Mary Dada, and her second book, Rosie Jones After Adoption. Both books are available on Amazon and Author House. As I mentioned, I'm living by example. Despite the hatred and discrimination we face as Nigerians, as Africans, I'm setting the pace of love with no bounds. Hence, you can see me supporting whoever comes my way, regardless of their tribe, race, socio-economic status, etc. That is who I am. So this is a photo I took with a lovely girl, Mary Dada, the author of multiple books, and I put her in my book to promote her book as well. All right. So that is what we must do for one another, guys. I don't tell you what I don't do. And this is an interview I had by, I've got a lot of interviews really. If you go on Google now, if you put my name on Google, you'll be seeing a lot of interviews I've had. But this is one of them here, shared in this book when I just started, you know. And what is it? They're asking me, what is the business? And I said, I talked about them. Our business is a limited company at Triumph in the Midst of Adversity.com Limited. And our aim is to help men and women handle adversity and gain fulfillment in life. According to statistics, approximately 92 of the world population fail to fulfill their potential. While this may be as a result of a wide combination of factors, I believe it is chiefly because many crumble in adversity. That was my belief. Okay, that's still my belief, and that's why I wrote this book. As a strategic expert in overcoming adversity, I had a wealth of experience and coaching of friends and family throughout my adult life, even before embarking on a coaching career. I trained with the best in the industry, the Coaching Academy, and as someone who has been through several adverse situations in life, I believe that sharing my key strategy which led to ultimate triumph, will help many in overcoming their adversity. I feel that with the right coaching, anyone can achieve accomplishment through adversity. Do you hear that? The key strategy will be available in my upcoming book. That was this book. The interview was before the book was written. So I said that the key strategy will be available in my upcoming book, in a couple of weeks. It is my proudest work and is a transformational and inspiring book that will help many who are going through difficult life events and seemingly impossible situations, a guide for those who see no way out. If you are someone who is stuck in your life, you are confused, you're saying, my God, I can't continue, I don't know where to go. This is a book that can help you indeed. Because for God giving me the title in 2007 and ignored it, I actually had to apologize. God gave me a title of a book and I ignored it. Because why? It didn't align with what I was doing. I'm a microbiologist and I'm pursuing a career in biomedical science. So why are you telling me to write a book? You know how we question God. Write a book and I'm going through difficulties and now you're saying triumph in the midst of adversity, and then I was seeing adversity all over me, but I didn't say triumph. And I'm like, is this a joke? I actually thought it was a joke because the ambulance was taking me and my daughters in and out of hospital. Hospital became my home. I said, you write a book, Triumph in the Midst of Adversity. I felt, what a voice. You must be joking. God have mercy on me though. But that was what I felt. I thought it was a joke. And I didn't discuss it with anyone. I didn't even think about it. Like, just, when you push certain things like, not me. I beg, come on for road, Jerry. Not be only book. Book what? That's the way I felt then. I didn't write it, But until I asked myself that key question, that was when this book came about. You can see. And then from the day I asked myself that question till now, it's just within how many years, but I must tell you, those are the most fulfilling time in my journey to Europe. So, and what? Okay, you can grab the book on Amazon. If you type Katie Raybo or Triumph in the Midst of Adversity, you will see it's on Amazon. It's on Kindle and paperback. Okay, and the audio is on my website, www.triumphinthemidstofadversity.com. The first chapter is free on my website. My website will be back on because it has some malware, so I've paid iPage to clean it up and put it back. So it will be back on probably this week, okay? Thank you. So now, what's that question I asked myself? When adversity hit me, boo, left, boo, right, all around, it got to a time in my life. I asked myself that question I'm going to tell you now, and maybe you might ask yourself this same question because it was a turning point for me. That was a time the reality of my life came clear. The vision, because sometimes we don't need a prophet to tell us. Every individual, there's a prophet inside of us. If you can just spend that time with God and allow God to be the one, directing us instead of us going and telling God to come behind us. We can pray, but we don't wait for God anymore. We just want to do our own because of our intellectual abilities, this knowledge. That was why when I spoke at the Croydon Park Hotel in some time ago, I actually said that my qualifications, the degrees that I've acquired, all my two BScs here, MBA here, all that almost robbed me of my dream. It's not bad to go to school, don't get me wrong, but when you go to school, do not allow your qualification to rob you of your dream. Because apart from the degree that you are studying, there's also a calling upon your life. And that was what my qualification almost denied me. So what was the question? The question I asked myself in my adversity was this: Kate Irebu, what is it you were born to do on this planet Earth? That was the question I asked myself. Wow, behold, guys, that question was the turning point in my life today. At this time I asked myself that question, I didn't know what to do, what else to do, because what I wanted to do was what I've been doing. And as I was praying, fasting to get something better, I started hating that job I was applying for. I didn't even want them to come in for interview. And my cousin called me and said, I'm believing God that you get another job soon. Don't worry, I'm believing God for you. I said, you know what? There's something in me that don't want me to work anymore. I don't just know this feeling. I don't even want them to come in for the interview. He said, really? He said, then what do you want to do? I want to give us some, but that is the question I asked myself. So I sat down with myself. When you are going through difficult time, it's not a time for you to hate yourself, guys. Love yourself the most. Spend time with God and spend time with yourself. That's what I do. It's a quiet time. Read your Bible, Love yourself. Spend time with you. Because sometimes we are so distracted with social media. You don't have a conversation with yourself. You can sit down and just be quiet. Some people say they meditate, do meditation. I don't do meditation. But what I do is that I spend time with myself. Things are going on in my life that are not, I can't figure out, or I don't know, they are not right time for it, or they need solution. You need to resolve them. You just need to have a quiet time with yourself and process it. But in my own life situation, at that time, it got to a stage that, when you have done your best, done everything that you can do, but it's just coming back, hitting you like this. I asked myself that key question. Kate Iregu, I called myself my name. Say, Kate Iregu, what is it that you were born to do on this planet Earth? And guess what? That's why I realized I was born to support, to care, to encourage people, and to help them to go through difficulties, to live a fulfilled life. That was what I got. And then I asked myself, the job I'm applying, how does that align? Because I realized that the goal I have for my life does not align with my what? With my values. Because if you, as a life coach, if no matter how a goal is great, if it doesn't align with your core values, you will struggle to achieve those goals. One, if the goal is not yours, and secondly, if it doesn't align with your core values, it will not. Just for instance, let me give you a literal example. If you are someone who don't like noise, right? Don't like noisy environments, and you now went to a place like Lagos, and you go to Oshodi and get a shop, those people that know Oshodi. You go to Oshodi or Juelegba, those noisy environments, and go and have a shop there, right? And you want to sell in that area. Tell me how you are going to cope with the customers there and with the noise in that environment selling your product there. You will not be the best because you are selling in an environment that doesn't align with what you believe. You are the person that believes that in an environment where you should have your shop, you must have your toilet and bath, you must have your glass, you must have your product well displayed, sit down, not in the sun, and and you'll be selling to your customers when they come. Even if you cannot afford that one, at least if you even want to sell on the road, will you not look for an area that have a small kiosk that is quiet? If you are hearing me watching this video, leave your comment underneath this video. What will you do? What will you do? Will you rather go to a Joe Elegba that is noisy, or will you go to a place that is quiet? If a quiet place, selling your product in a quiet environment is what matters to you, is what you love to do. That is what life is. Sometimes, and for you now, before you leave this video, I want you to ask yourself things that you are planning to do, and ask yourself, does this thing actually align with my core values? Your core values is who you truly are. Those things that you believe in. For instance, for me, I believe in respect. So on my website, if you come on my website, I can't play joke. Myself and my business, we are the same person. It's one person running the company. So there are things I so much believe in. So even in business, I must respect my clients. It's a must. It's not if I like it. So I have to put it there as one of my core values. If I employ someone to work for me, he must respect my clients. I must respect them and they must respect me. It's a must. It's not if they like. So one, again, honesty. If you want to work with me, or I'm working with my client, I must be transparent to my clients. So if I employ someone, I don't employ someone who will be marketing to my customers and telling them false promises just to get clients for me. No, that is why, when I employed a manager the other time during the lockdown, but our father's poor health didn't allow her to start the job. I had to train her first. I told her, I have to train you first, because you cannot just work the way you work for other company and work for me like that. I need to train you. You need to understand the company you work for, know what our core values are, know what our goals are, because a lot of employees today, they work for people, for businesses, and they don't even know what the core value of the company. They don't even know what the company is going. They don't know the plan of the business. They don't know what the director of the company or the owner of the company actually want to achieve from their clients. For me, my business is not just about money, 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 money. Okay, I want money, but it's not just about money, money, money. My business is to help people. When help is out of it, when care is out of it, I'm not interested. That's why when I host events, when a colleague approached me years ago when I wanted to start my event and wanted to collaborate with me, I had to have a talk with him, and I realized that my core values also align with his own core values. That is why we can work together, because I said to him, in my business, anything I do, care must be there. You have to care for my clients. My events, when people come for events, whether it's free events they come for, we must make sure that they are okay, they are comfortable. If they pay for an event and they spend up to 5 hours with us, we must feed them. If they have paid for the event, we must give them something to eat, especially the package we have then, that we have to work with them, go through them to achieve their goals together, because that's how we plan the event. But sometimes people don't want to invest in themselves. For some people, they rather buy a bag, a pair of shoes, lovely earrings that I'm wearing now, and they will not invest in themselves. But my dear, the biggest investment I've had in my life is the investment I've put in myself, because the investment I've had in myself is more than the tuition fee for universities in the UK. So that is what it just, you have to get to a stage in your life where you know what you really want for yourself. Where do you want to be in the next, 2 years, in the next 3 years, in the next 5 years? And once you know that, you need to start planning it now. Okay? You don't do, oh, when I get to that bridge, I will cross it. No, you must know where you're going, because if you plan to fail, you fail to plan. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail rather. Okay? So you cannot fail to plan, because that means you have planned to fail. That is why you must plan. And when you plan, it's not just saying it. You have to put things down, black and white. That's why my second book, the best motivational book ever written, oh my goodness, that book helped me in 2019 to achieve, what I have not been able to achieve in a long time. So with that book, every month you have section for your goal setting, step you need to take to achieve it. So you're not just saying, oh, I will do this next month. Okay, I'll leave this one. That is a good idea. I'll do it. No. I put things down. I did it for myself and it worked for me, and I decided to impute it into my book. I incorporated into that book, and it's been amazing for those who are taking that book and following the action plan, reading their daily motivation, because you must be focused. You see, that book have quotation that help you to be focused, help you to be motivated, and also wisdom nuggets to actually twist your brain to the direction, the path of success. That's what that book does. And it's also self-check as well. At some stage in that book, it will remind you of the strategies you are working on, things you are doing, to check yourself whether you are getting that thing you are doing is going to help you get to where you're going. Because it's very important we do that in our lives. Okay, there are times you have to put some things on a hold, and you have to know that this is priority for now. There's projects I've suspended because I saw other projects that are more paramount. So those will have to come first. But without being a life coach and coaching myself first, I will not be able to coach my clients better. So I do the same thing I coach my clients to do, I do it for myself, because I believe that I need to be successful as well. So it's not just for my clients only. So that is what I do. And these are beautiful photos we have taken at events, speaking in different hotels in London. These are my business colleagues. We host events at different hotels in London here. During COVID-19 now, we have not been able to host, but we did 2 online already, which was amazing. This is me speaking at a business event in London as well. This one I was speaking as a guest speaker here, so this is a life that I'm living now, and it's really fulfilling for me, inspiring me, and it's a life I really want to live, and I will not retire from it. You see, I don't want to retire from it. I've told my children, Mom is not retiring. As I'm getting older, when the bones are not cracking, I know I will go to the gym. So when I'm 70, I will still be looking like, your people, you know what I mean? There's a certain stage, your energy level will not be the same. So then I can be slowing down my pace of work, but I'm not going to retire and go to the village as some people do. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to retire. I'm going to continue to work like my friend, Professor Lele Williams. That's what I'm going to do as well, because I didn't see her retire before I left Nigeria. I don't know if she has retired now. She finished from university as a vice chancellor, and she started doing her book. I hope I meet her. I pray that God keep this woman so that I can meet her when I go back to Nigeria. All those quick trip doesn't let you really go around, but this time around when I go, I'm going to spend more time by the grace of God to see those people that I've not seen for a long time. And this is me as well when I went for high profile magazine launch in London. So this is the life I live now. It's fulfilling to me, and I meet people. There's a lady I met at one of my events. She had HIV, and now she's inspiring people about HIV, encouraging people to keep themselves focused, achieve their goals despite being HIV positive. It's not the end of the world. And also talk about the stigma that surrounds HIV. So this book is not just about myself. There are other people that their story will really inspire you. There's an American athlete I also shared the previous chapter, who you have done well for yourself. Thank you, my darling. There's an American athlete, I shared her story, who lost one of her legs. And the way she have, channeled her life with one leg and be so successful, now she's not telling us that if they offer her 2 legs back, the leg that was amputated, that they offer her back, that she will not take it, that she don't believe that she's going to take it back. Can you imagine that? Because what she's not doing, right, which I did this in previous video, is this. Because her legs are amputated, right, now she have different heights of length of legs that she put on. She was like maybe 5'4" before, 5'5" or 5'6", right? Now she will not put artificial legs and make her to be as tall as myself or taller than me, and she mount the stage, feeling, empowered, and she shake the whole place, and she's been so successful. Can you imagine? But for some people, they might be thinking, oh my God, one leg is gone, what am I going to do in my life? But look at what she have done with her leg that was amputated. And now she's saying she don't even want both of them back. She preferred the where her leg is now, because the life she had lived, with that one leg, has done her better things than ever. I watched another guy the other day who have problem with his arm, right? One arm is bigger than one. Do you know what he turned it to? Oh my goodness. Now, you have this game, I don't know what it's called now on top of my head, where you have to do this, right? And people pull it down. If you know the name, please know the game, what it's called. Please leave your comment. And now he's the best in the world. Oh my goodness. Because that hand is just bigger than the other one. So he started training the arm more. It's already too powerful than the other arm, like an average arm for everyone. Because he's training again, then the hand is not super powerful. So now, any human being cannot come and come and compete with her, and she lose and he lose. He's always winning them. Anywhere people will fly from, they will hear about him, they will fly from their country to come and compete with him. He's always winning. You see what I mean? So must learn how to turn something that is negative in your life to something positive. Love yourself so much. And I tell people, even if it's weight loss that is your problem, please love yourself. Even if you are size 20, size 50, even when you are saying you want to work on yourself to lose weight, love yourself the way you are. Look for a way to love yourself. Tell yourself that you are, anything you want to say to yourself to make you, just love yourself, because for me, I don't know about anyone. I don't want to be anyone else. You see, I just so much love myself, and I say, God, thank you for creating me. I even tell I said, because I was born on this, I said, God created me on a Sunday, It took his time. When God finished resting, I was the first. He just took his time to create me, so it's not. He took his time, really. That is why you should love yourself. Some people will say, "Oh, I wish I was like that person." And one woman met me say, "I wish I was taller." Sorry about that interruption, guys. I told her that, do you know what? If everyone, I told her that, do you know? Cannot these people stop this? I'm on a show. They won't join my show. They will be calling me. What are you calling me for now? Oh my goodness. Anyway, let's continue. So I said to her, I said, Madam, you are beautiful the way you are. She said, oh no, I wish I was tall like you, Kate. I wish I was like you. I said, you are beautiful. I said, do you know if everyone on earth was tall, by now, we'll have humans that are grown taller than giraffes? She said, oh, you're right. And I said to her, I said, do you know, because I'm tall, it's not every tall person, but because I'm tall though, and I have big feet as well, do you know how much it cost me to buy a pair of shoes? When they are doing sales and people are buying shoes for just how much, even at sales price, the amount I pay for one shoe can buy some people 5 pairs of shoes. She's like, oh, you are right, it's true. So one came to me and said, please, I really want my son to be tall. What did you eat when you were growing up? That one I have to tell her what I ate, But what I'm not saying, everybody, sometimes people just want to be someone else. What am I saying? I'm not saying that you cannot admire something, that you don't have, but don't make it look as if, you were cheated, or something is wrong with you. That's what I'm saying. You can admire something you don't have. It's normal. But don't make it look as if something is wrong with you, or something was missing in your life, or something is wrong with your parents that gave birth to you. No, love yourself, guys. You are beautiful. It doesn't matter how you think you're looking. You are beautiful. Look at the mirror and say, I'm beautifully and fearfully and wonderfully made. Because sometimes those things alone it will affect other areas of your life. If you are not feeling comfortable of who you are, it might be the problem, hinder you in making certain steps. For instance, if you want to go for a contract or write to a company, you start telling yourself, oh, I'm not good enough. No, they will not accept me. No. Who told you they will not accept you? What you need to learn to be accepted, that is where your energy should be channeled to. That's the way I operate. Okay? Even if I want to write to, even as our American president, as crazy as he's going these days, even if I have anything I want to communicate to him, I still have a way to communicate to him. I still have to go and learn and say, okay, how will I approach this man in this state that he is now? That is what you should be putting your energy. Stop saying things that can stop you. Because a lot of people, that's what they do. They say, oh, I can't do this because of this. Because only see your shortcomings, see your strength. I'm not saying that you should not recognize your weakness. That's not what I'm saying. Don't get me wrong. I have weaknesses which I recognize, but I don't dwell in my weakness. You learn from, you help yourself, you seek help in your weakness to grow it, to improve it. But where you should grab and dwell your energy on is your strength. You see, that's what I do. So some people think, oh, Kate, you know everything. I don't know everything. There are areas you will talk to me about that I might not even have a clue about because I don't have interest in it, or because I've never gone to that area before. You understand what I mean? But there are areas that I know that it concerns my business. The areas I know I need help to help my client, or I have interest to grow business in that area. I can spend fortune and time, hours upon hours, to learn in that aspect, in that area, and I will know so much about it. You see what I mean? And that doesn't mean that there are things I don't know about. People think, no, Kate, I say my mom, my child. I say, no, there's no one that knows everything on earth. No one. I don't care how much the person knows. You can't know everything. I'm not a genius. I don't know everything. But what I'm saying here is this: don't dwell on your weakness, guys. Dwell on your strength, because there's something that you know better than everyone. Okay, there are things that you know. Some people, your strength might just be you being you. Because sometimes it could be that you have not, thank you, blessing, welcome back. Sometimes it could even be that you have not been able to really be yourself. That is the challenge that you are having. That is why you have not been able to be the person that you truly want to be, because you are thinking about, what will somebody else say? Oh, this is not, how can I do this? All right, thank you, welcome back. So you must be yourself. Know what is your strength from today, guys. If you have not heard me speak today, if you have not heard me talking about, everything I've said, you must not forget this. Stop dwelling on your weakness. Drags, thank you. Your strength, is something you must take advantage of. Take advantage of your strength. Sometimes there are things that we don't know how to do. Before you know it, you learn it. Like for me, I never liked to write. I'm telling you. Now, you see newspaper carrying me say, oh, she's a transformational writer. She's a great writer. There was a time when I was writing this book. Well, it's Holy Spirit, I can say. When I got to a certain chapter in this book, before you know it, oh my God, the love of writing came into me. One day my son came from school and said, Mom, I told my son, he said, Mom, how are you getting on? I said, my son, I'm good. I'm in chapter 8. He looked at me. Mom, what? How did you get there? The other day you just told me you're chapter 3. I say, yes, my son. Because my chapter 3 is very lengthy. It took me a lot of time to complete. But when I finished that, the way God was just moving me, I was just writing the book. Before you know it, I was in chapter 8. I finished it quicker from the time I spent from chapter 1 to 3, and compared the time I spent from chapter, 4 to 8. It was not measurable. So that brings me to this question. Are you there watching me today? Are you going through a challenging time in your life? Or your journey of your life, you felt that it has been so slow. You have not actually achieved much as you wanted or achieve your goals. And you are thinking that you're going to spend another, maybe 5-10 years before you achieve it. Listen to me. It doesn't work like that, okay? It doesn't work like that. The day you open your eyes and be real to yourself, you tell yourself the bitter truth. I tell people, you can lie to people, but don't lie to yourself. Even if you are the worst liar on earth that lied to planet Earth, and you know what that thing is, and you begin to figure it out and work on yourself, my dear, you will catapult you. When you will get to, you will not know how. Because if I tell you that now in my business, the things I work on in my business now that 5 years ago, or I knew how I'm going to get there, I will tell you it's a lie. I didn't. It's step by step, one thing opened door to another. And all the things, some of the things I'm doing, almost all the things I'm doing in my company now, I mean, I look back, I check all my department in my company, I just realized that, it's challenges that have brought me to do them. Even publishing is challenges that I never thought I was going to be a publisher. 3 years ago, 2 years, if you ask me to know, I'll say, no, it's too much work. I won't do that. I'm never going to figure that out. But, when I had publisher disappointing me, I asked friends to introduce their publisher to me. They complained about their publisher, the kind of poor service they got from their publisher as well. Before I knew it, I said, you know what? Now you are a working book. With all this kind of, feedback you are getting from publishers, thank you very much, my dear. These people are going to, hinder your journey as an author. Somebody who wants to write multiple books, Why don't you become a publisher so you help yourself and help other people who are struggling there? How can writing a book, let the authors focus on the book writing, while you help them overcome the other part of it. And also as a publisher, as an author, when I published this book, the publisher said, oh, they don't cover editing, they don't cover proofreading, you have to do it yourself. I'm like, what? So I had to pay an editor. The editor did it. He didn't do it. I have to pay again. Until I had to edit the book myself again. You know what I mean? So what am I saying now? What I'm saying to you is that don't dwell on your weaknesses. Acknowledge them that they are there and learn from and help yourself to build that path. Don't leave it. Don't think there's nothing you can ever learn. Because if I can become a writer, not just writing one book, that I've obeyed God to write now I've become somebody who loves to write. Talking in public. You used to be shy. How did you overcome your shyness? And when I tell some people that used to be shy, they say, okay, shut up. Kate, you were never shy in your life. I can't believe this. No matter what you would tell me. I say, no, I used to be. Thank you, Louise Powell, for coming. Thanks for watching. I'm going to check you guys out soon, okay, after this video, and subscribe to your channel if I haven't already. I know I've subscribed to Blessing already, Lovina TV, JJ and C Family, and I will check you out if you have a channel. So how much is your book and how do I purchase it? Okay, this book, Triumph in the Midst of Adversity, is in Kindle and paperback. Is on Amazon. The Kindle version is £4.99. And is it £4.99 now? It's gone up, I'm not sure. The paperback is £19.99 on Amazon. There's Kindle as well. Kindle back is I think £7.99. £7.99 for the Kindle, and £19.99 for the paperback. And the best motivational book ever written, that one is £14.99 for the paperback and £4.99 for the Kindle version. And the audio is £19.99 on my website, www.triumphindamidstofadversity.com. My dear, if this book will transform your life, if you read this book and you remain the same, that means there's something wrong. Because every chapter of this book will take you through a journey and restructure, even myself. Now I've become unstoppable. It wasn't like this from beginning. I know I've been a woman of faith. But when I say unstoppable, I've become unstoppable. There's no way on this planet Earth that you can drop me that will not survive myself. You see, that I will not be able to sustain myself. I will not be able to navigate my way out. Because this book, I've learned so much from it. That's why even though I'm the author of this book, I also read it as well. I read my book as well. My daughter will be saying, you are one woman that listens to yourself. I say, yes, because the word of God say that, faith comes by hearing and hearing the word of God. And I've written the book and I've done those things, but why don't, as I'm going in my journey of life, I need to go back to it and remember it and read it and know that, am I actually following every part of it? Or is there any part I'm missing in my life? Because living a life of 1 million years on this earth and not living a fulfilled life is not a portion. No. I want to live this life fulfilled. Then the day I die empty. All my ideas must be actualized on this earth before God call me. That is the life I want to live. I want to die empty. Because there's this question that was asked for many people who were, close to their death. They went there and interviewed them. Guess what? of how many people that were interviewed, what is their regret, right? At the point of death. Not people, the people were expecting people to say, oh, maybe I didn't live in my dream house. I dreamed to have a Lamborghini or mansion. That's not what they were saying, guys. What they said was that they said there was something they were passionate about. There was something they wanted to do, but they didn't have the courage, to take that step to achieve that thing, to start it even. That is the regret they have. And some of them talk about different things. Some might say they wanted to do one thing or the other. Some will say they wanted to write a book. Some will say they wanted to say, but they didn't take the courage to do it. So are you here today? I listened to another lady's procrastinating about her book. She now started writing, and now she's become a speaker and speaking all over the world. There are things that will happen in your life. You might not have the chance, like COVID-19, for instance. Ask myself, I said, okay, if you had died in COVID-19, this thing you promised God, what would be your excuse? Oh, thank you, my darling. That's Prince JJ family, and family say you are really inspiring me right now. What would be your excuse? And I actually saw that there was no excuse, because sometimes we make excuses so much to keep ourselves in the comfort zone. That's why one of my favorite, out of my over 3 excuses, can be very cheap. Anybody can make excuse. You see? Excuses can be very cheap, but the consequences can be costly. That is one of my favorite quotes. Don't make excuses to keep yourself in the comfort zone, because when you make excuses like that, down the road in your life, you're going to regret it. Trust me on this. It doesn't matter how many years. If you use excuse, this is the fact, this is what I would have done then. I lied to myself. You will be telling yourself then. And that thing makes some people to weep. It makes some people to weep. I remember years ago, I encouraged my sister to buy property in Lagos as a student, university undergraduate. I went looking for property for her when she told me about some money she had. If I was not someone that have wisdom, I would have told her, maybe send me money to buy a car. She will send it. But I didn't do that. I told her, you know what, this money is something you should use to invest in a property for yourself, so that the rents can be coming, and all that. She said, yes, my sister, that's a good idea. She now sent me some money, 100,000 naira then. And I had to open the account in her name. When I went to this bank in Warri, First Bank, they said, no, you can't open an account in your sister's name. She have to be here. Oh my God. I said, but she's not in the country. I said, okay, can you give me the form? Because I was ready to post it to her. She signed it, fill it, and send it back to me. They said, no, she have to come in person. Oh my God. And then everything was paper. Not now that we're doing everything digitally. So she couldn't come with me. So what I did, I asked myself, am I going to go back home to Abraka with this 100,000 naira? What about they rob the car I'm in and on the road? I don't want to give an excuse to her tomorrow that, and what will I do with the money in Abraka? I'm going to keep this money in the house. For how long is she going to come back? So I decided to open an account in my name, that bank, and put the money there, because I don't bank with First Bank. I just put it there for her money there, for the sake of security of that money. And I went to call her and tell her, sister, look at what happened. They refused me opening the account in your name, but this is what I did. This is what I did. Guess what? She now told her friends. She said to her friends that, oh, you know what? There's this money I sent to my younger sister. You want to help me buy a house? I want to send her more money. Maybe she's asking for their opinion. And guess what they told her? Of course, they said, undergraduate? Thank you. Undergraduate student. Oh, she will blow your money. Don't even bother. She will blow your money. Don't send the money to her. I'm like, so now she's not sending me the money again. When I call her, after she's not talking about the money, I left her. So now, many years later, she came to Nigeria. After about 8 years or so, she came to Nigeria. And I went to the bank. Thank you. I went to the bank. I went to the room to bring her booklet for her. And when I gave her the booklet of where I deposited her money, this money was deposited around 2002 or so, 2001, 2002. She now came in 1990. No, this money was deposited in 1991, 92. And she came to Nigeria in 1998, 99. When I was doing my youth service, that's when she now came. I deposited that money when I was in 100 level. So I finished university now. I'm going for my youth service. She now came. When she came, she asked for her money. No, I even have to tell her about her money. She didn't even ask me. I told her about her money. She said, then she had some projects she needed to do. I gave her the booklet, of her money and everything. She now said she wanted to do some projects, how much will it cost and all that. So I told her that the project will cost, this amount, this amount, this. And she said I should use the money. She told me that the money that she left with me, I should use it to do the project. But when I gave her the booklet, she was so shocked that when I paid the 100,000 in, there was no withdrawal of £5, £5. It was just interest that will enter the account, that accumulated. I never went there one day. Do you think I was never broke one day at school that I needed money? Yeah, but that's the discipline I have growing up. It is playing up. The BT engineer is coming tomorrow. I'm just using my data now because the BT is not working. The new router they sent is not working. So they are coming tomorrow. So bear with me. I'm just using my data on my phone. So guys, so that's what happened. She said, what? You didn't touch this money? You didn't touch it. She said to me that one day, she said, you know when I actually respected you? It was when you gave me my booklet. Money you paid in 1991, 92, when I came in 1999, and you gave it to me, you didn't touch it because she know herself that if it was her, that money would have gone. But me, I won't. I will not touch your money. Even if there was no written agreement, I will not touch it. Even if I was hungry, I will not touch it. I won't. And I gave her the money and she said, use it to do a small thing in the project that is left in her property, the one that she have in my place. And I told her, okay, the money did that. She said, oh, all the things you're counting are too much. I don't have money for that. I said, no, these are the things I've done with your money. She was like, what? All these things you are counting, that's more money is what you use for all that. I said, yeah, see your receipt. I give her receipt and everything and her change. She had a change of 3,000 something left from the 100,000 she said that she used for her project. And I gave it to her. And she said, no, take it. That is me. So that's what I'm saying. Know your strength and know your weakness. Like me now, I don't have to work on that area of my life because that is a strength. Now, the strength I have there is unbelievable. Somebody's money, anything that's not mine, I put it there, no matter how glamorous it look, no matter how shiny, I will not even touch it. You see, I won't even if you put your blouse there that is shining so nice that you bought for 1 million and say, okay, tell me keep this thing. If you like, put DNA on it. The way, if I told the hanger to hang it, you will not see my DNA on the cloth because I will not go there one day to even touch it to see how beautiful it look. It's not mine, I won't even bother. That is me. So really know who I am because maybe she left when I was still young and she felt, Kate, when she was young, she was a disciplined person because I'm the type in my house, I'm the one that my money give money to. If she's traveling like this, if you know that the money she has put down for us, they might run out of money, she will hide and give me some money in case we are stranded so we don't get hungry. So you can bring that one out because you know that Kate will not touch it. They give me responsibility that I should not be taking care of, but you just quietly give it to me and I could keep it there. I don't even talk about it. So that but if they need money, that we run out of money because of expenses, misspending, I have that one for us to fall back on. If they don't run out of money before my mom comes, then I quietly give her back her money. You see, so you need to know your strength. Please dwell on your strength more, and take advantage of it and run with it. Because don't think that there's nothing you are good at too, because the worst and pathetic person on earth is the person that think, that have vision, that doesn't have a vision. And for you to think you don't have anything to offer, that is another worst thing that you must think about because there's something that you know better than me, than everybody on this earth. It's just that you have not figured it out yet. So I'm giving you an assignment today. When you go today, go and ask yourself, write it down. Say, what is it that I'm born to do on this planet Earth? That's the first question you must write down now. Write it now. I hope you have a pen and paper. If you don't have it, type it on your phone. Say, what is it I was born to do on this planet Earth? Number 2, what is it that I'm very good at doing that I'm not doing yet? Because let me tell you how the sign for you to know what your calling is, in case you don't know. There's something that you are passionate about that you are doing. It might not be giving you money, right? But you just love it. Even if they wake you up now to do it, you will be willing to do it, right? You love it so much. Even though you're not making money from it, but you love it, you should know that can be one of your calling too. So you put that thing down, that when you are doing it and you love it and it's for free, then you cannot find how to monetize it. You see what I mean? Because we make money from different things, but some people are making money from something that they hate so much. You see, they're making so much money, but they hate it so much. That is different. That's not what we're talking about now. Now, I want you to find out that thing that you are born to do and for you to be able to live a fulfilled life because money doesn't give fulfillment. Only money don't give fulfillment. You see, for me now, I find my calling. I know the path of my life to follow. So now there will not be any vacuum in me. Once I make I become meet the next goal of my life to become a millionaire, to be able to help, all over the world, help meet the needs of the less privileged and help, you guys and help myself. Then I know that there's no vacuum. The fear of God in my life. When you're asking yourself that question, must call your name. Like if I'm asking myself that question, what I did was, Kate Irebu, what is it you were born to do on this planet Earth? So if you're asking yourself, call your name, your full name. It's serious. Ask yourself that question and call your name, and you must give an answer. Even the answer don't come immediately, don't worry about it. Continue to ask yourself that question until the answer comes. But when you're asking yourself, make sure you call your full name, so that it doesn't mean that you are asking somebody else. It's you're asking. But ask yourself, say, Kate Irebu, what is it that you were born to do on this planet Earth? That is a key question I ask myself, and it's a turnaround. And I ask you a second question. Thank you so much. Sorry for the interruption, guys. Thank you so much for watching and visiting me today, and spending your time with me. Much appreciated. I'm going to be checking you guys out. There are some things that are worthless. Like this is my frame here, guys. Let me share this with you guys. You see? Sorry. Guys, let me share with you guys. You see this frame here? This frame that's here, this painting here now. No matter how much somebody offer me now for that frame, if somebody offer to give me 2K for that, I won't give it. I won't sell it. You see what I mean? You just know the worth of certain things you have. So that is how you should appreciate yourself. You should know you worth much more than than you are placing yourself. You should know your worth, that you worth much more, than the way you are taking yourself now. Maybe you have not really looked inwards. Okay, look inwards. Won't have their weaknesses, guys. Don't look at your shortcomings. Don't dwell on it. Okay, acknowledge it, but don't dwell on it. Dwell on your strengths. And bye bye. Thank you. And please subscribe. I'm going to do the same for you guys that have your YouTube channels as well. I'm going to put my bell on so that I see when you come live or when you upload. Okay, and thank you, and I love you a lot as always. And bye. Thank you. Thank you, JJ and C family. Thank you, Blessing Lovina TV. Thank you for all of you, Louise, and all the rest of you that joined me today. I really love you guys. And bye. Thank you. Bye-bye.